All right, let's go to Mark in Los Angeles, California. What is up, Mark?
Hi there, Dr. Delony. Thanks for having me.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. So how can I help, man?
So recently, I found out that a few years before meeting my wife, she was working as an escort, and she had kept this a secret from me. And I can understand why she didn't want me knowing about it. She told me she hated it. It's something she was ashamed of, maybe a little traumatized by it. She did it for the money. She had debt. And eventually she got addicted to the lifestyle and continued to do it. And now we're married and we're expecting a baby. And I love my wife and I want to accept it and move on. But, it's kind of a tough pill to swallow. And I'm not even really sure how I should feel about it. And I'm just wondering how I can move forward without that image of the past tainting our relationship and getting in the way of our marriage.
Whew, that's a lot, brother. That is a lot. Thanks for sharing that. How long have you been married?
Only a couple months.
Oh, only a few months, huh? And how far along is the little baby?
About 25 weeks.
25 weeks. Wow, okay. Is it becoming real yet? You're about to be a dad?
Yeah, it's definitely real, but I'm excited for it.
That's awesome, man. Whew. Okay, so you said you don't know how to feel, what you should feel about this. So tell me, what do you feel about this? Be honest as you can. Don't lie to me or yourself or to the 17 or 18 listeners of this show.
I think the first thing I felt was
No. Don't start with I think. How do you feel?
I feel lied to, deceived.
Okay.
Maybe jealous.
Okay.
Hurt. Angry.
Yeah. What else?
I think sorry. I feel it's definitely gotten in the way of my trust.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
I don't know. I think there's just so many different things going in my mind. I don't know where to even begin.
So just begin. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
I'm saying just begin. You're angry, you're pissed off, you're heartbroken, you're just sad. What kept you from just packing up and walking out the door? Most of us, the story we would tell ourselves is, if one day our wife sat down and said, BT Dubs, I was an escort before we got married, but it's all good now. Pass the syrup. The story we tell ourselves is we'd be like, I'm out of there, bro. I'm out of. You didn't do that. How come?
I love her. I mean, we've had a good relationship so far. Not the best. It's had its rocky points, but
it's built on lies. It was, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would imagine. It's like saying, man, yeah, our boat trip was pretty rocky, and it's like, yeah, there's big holes in that boat, full of water. Could see that. How long did y'all date before you got married?
It's been about a year now.
Okay. And so you love her. You've known her for about a year. You got married. You're having a baby. What do you want to do?
I want to make this relationship work. This is something in her past, and I don't really have a reason to believe it was something that has happened since we've been together. And she's been good to me, and I want to take care of the family.
Is she in on this too?
Yeah, she's in 100%.
How'd you find out?
So when we got married, we had our own hard drives, like our own files on our computers, and we put them onto one. And so just one day I was going through and I found some old photos and like messages from the agencies.
What was that feeling like?
It was like my heart sank.
Yeah, that's when you can feel your organs fall out of the bottom of your, when you're just sitting there and your stomach drops.
So I found out, and then I asked her about it that night, and she was a little hesitant. She didn't want to talk about it, but since then, she's been completely honest as far as I know.
Okay. And I think the key here is as far as you know. Okay. So here's the reality of your situation. And it sounds sensational, right? Most of us don't wake up and the person we married a few months in lets us know, or we find out that they used to be an escort, right? Prostitute. That doesn't usually happen. But almost always, not almost always, but often, you wake up and you find things out about your spouse. They had a past. They didn't tell you the full of this. They didn't think to even explain that. They didn't think this was a big deal or whatever that happens to be. So at the end of the day, here's what you're wrestling with. You're wrestling with two things. One, a shattered picture of the woman you just married, the future mother of your kid, and of this fantasy of marriage that you had, right? And two, you're dealing with a significant violation of trust. So the violation of trust is something you're going to have to lean into, be honest about, and continue to work towards healing, right? And she's going to have to understand that she violated that trust. If you say, I forgive you, if you say, I am fully in and I love you and we are moving forward, then you're not going to be able to beat her up on this deal. You're not going to be able to bring it up when you get mad 5 years from now. You're going to have moments of insecurity. You're going to have moments of when she's late coming home, and you're going to have to choose to not use those moments as weapons because you said, I forgive you, and you said, I'm all in. And as part of the rebuilding trust process, you're going to be able to say, hey, I'm just checking in. You're late coming home. Everything good? And that she's going to know that part of her rebuilding trust process is being completely open and not getting her feelings hurt when you ask her to check in. Okay? You got a lot of healing to do, right? And that's going to be frustrating and hard and messy, and y'all are going to stumble through that. But if you're both all in, you're both all in, right? The second part of this is your picture looks all screwed up, right? She's not who you thought she was.
Yeah.
Right? We all have a past.
Yeah, that's right.
We weren't all prostitutes, but we all have a past, right? That just sounded bonkers to even say out loud. So what you're going to have to do is sit down and with her and co-create a new picture of what this is going to look like. Right? And I'm with you, she's a person of value. She's worthy of being loved too. And if she's put her past behind her and she's moving on in a committed relationship with you and you are the end all be all, then she deserves forgiveness and moving on just like anybody else does. But there's a part of me that says you don't trust her yet, that you're not ready to paint a whole new picture with her included in it because she may, right? And so that's going to, painting a new picture together, building a new building, and working on that trust is going to be like an infinity signal. It's going to work together. You have to keep working on this, keep working on it. And then, brother, you just have to grieve because you got a picture of what was and it's gone now. And now you know something new, right? Scales came off your eyes, and now you got a new vision of what's going forward, and you're going to have to grieve that, man. Just be open about it. And so this is going to be hard, yet the things to do are relatively simple. It's going to be getting up every day and remembering to respect her and be kind to her, not weaponize her, and love her like she's your wife, because she is, like she's the future mother of your baby, which she is. And it's going to be honest and open about rebuilding trust. So how does that sound? That sound like something you want to do, be a part of?
Yeah, you're right that that trust is still hard to get back, but I think at this point, she is the future, so I want to do anything I can.
So you mentioned something earlier. You said you were jealous. What does that mean?
Just that image of that past work. I think it's getting in the way of the intimacy.
Yep.
Obviously, I wasn't in the picture, but having that thought.
Is it getting in the way of your intimacy? You're starting to put these images on loop? Replay. How do you measure up? How many were there? Where were they? I wonder if she tried this. Are you going down that road?
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah. So, hey, listen. There is no fruit in detail mining. If she sat there and gave you a rundown of every single trick she ever turned, she gave you a rundown and a physical description of every person she was ever with, it wouldn't make you feel better. And this is going to be part of your healing process, which is to let some of that stuff go. And what you're going to have to do is practice controlling your thoughts when you go down those roads. Because what's going to lead you to be highly insecure, highly frustrated, never being able to be in the present moment with her, because the moment that one thought pops in your head, I wonder if she with somebody else did this, or I wonder if this could have, then you are officially not present anymore, and you are somewhere in her imagined past. Right?
Right.
And so you're going to have to work hard that when that image pops in your head, you say out loud, nope, and you have another image ready to go to, which is probably her staring right back at you. But we have this fantasy that if we just know every detail, all right, good. It's not true. The same thing happened with folks, when somebody takes their own life, they want to know why and what happened. Man, you can learn all that stuff. It never takes away that hurt. It never takes away that feeling of loss, right? And how does she respond when you tell her that you're struggling with thoughts of jealousy and your imagination runs wild on you?
She's pretty understanding, but it's not something she really enjoys talking about. It's gotten a little heated.
Yeah.
And
does it feel good to bring it up?
Maybe at first, but I don't think it ever ends well.
Yeah, you know what it's like? It's like throwing a punch. Feels good. And if it connects solid, brother, man, it feels good for 1 second. And then you see their look on their face. You see them fall to the ground, and your takes over, right? Don't turn around this whole thing around and you put yourself in some sort of superior position and beat her up with her past. If you say you're all in, you're all in. You got to put your bricks down too, brother. Your bricks of insecurity, your bricks of not enough, your bricks of moral superiority. Well, I never did this. You're right, you didn't. Congratulations. You said I'm all in. Right?
Right.
So in the same way that you have to rebuild trust with her, she's got to rebuild trust with you, slowly but surely. You're going to have to relearn how to trust yourself. You're going to have to relearn how to treat people when you get angry. You're going to have to learn some new behaviors and new skills. Ones where you don't yell and raise your voice and get all high and mighty and superior and yeah. Well, you don't do any of that. And it's going to be a hard journey for both of you. And it sounds like this is relatively recent that you found out. This grief's going to come in waves. It's going to come in waves, just like the last caller. If y'all are both all in, I have no doubt in my mind y'all can heal from this, grow, and make this a powerful part of your journey. Powerful story. And there's also no doubt in my mind that if at any moment one of you is like, and dips their toe back in the water, this whole boat's going to flip right over. Easy. Over. You get to make that choice, brother. Man, I'm all in on you guys. Good for you. I'm all in. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how those hard conversations go and keep me updated, man. Let us know when the baby's born, and we'll keep thinking about y'all and your journey.